This is how to install, calibrate, and control your SwitchBot Blind Tilt. So assuming that you've already unboxed it, the first thing that you want to do is download and open up the SwitchBot app. And you will need to create an account for this, so you can do so by inserting your own credentials or just using one of your existing accounts with Apple, Amazon, or Google. Now once you're signed in and you've got access to this dashboard, you just want to press this plus sign right at the top, press add device, and then choose the blind tilt. Now you're going to want to grab your physical device right here, and there's a little button on the bottom that you press and hold for 2 seconds until you see this white light blinking. And once it's blinking, you just tap next in the app and it'll connect to itself automatically. Now the app does give you some instructions here where you can either watch a video or see a picture walkthrough of how to install the blinds. You can skip it if you'd like to, because I'm about to show you how to do it right now. First thing that you want to do is clean it. SwitchBot provides you with a little alcohol pad that you can use to wipe everything off just to make sure it sticks properly. And you do also want to take the headrail off of your blinds because you want to install it on the blinds themselves, not this trim piece. Next up is to actually measure the rod of your blinds just to make sure that you put the right pieces on. I took the blind rod off just to make it a little bit easier to show you how this works. It's very simple. You take your little measuring tool and you actually just wrap it around the blinds like this, and then pull it as tight as you can. So in this case, I pulled it as tight as it can go, and it's actually in the extra large range. Basically, wherever this piece of the tab lands, when you pull it as tight as possible, is going to be the size. So if yours was in the green, it would be the large, pink is medium, and blue is small. Next up is going to be choosing your mounting base. They provide you with 2 different versions. The one on the left is base A, and the one on the right is base B. Base A is the one that SwitchBot recommends just for most people. In my case, it should work just fine, as it fits right here next to the rod without obstructing anything. Now, if you do have something up here that gets in the way, like for example, if you have blinds that have cords, you do also have base B, which is basically just going to have the tape on the top in order to avoid any obstacles that you might run into. Again, this one is less common, but if you do have something in the way where the base A doesn't line up, that's an option. The base plate can go on the left or right side of the rod. It really doesn't make a difference. Just do whatever lines up best with your blinds. At this point, you're going to use your alignment card that comes in the box and install it right here where it sticks on either side of the rod, just so you have a good way to align all of the pieces together. Unfortunately, I actually threw away my alignment card when I was unboxing this. I just didn't realize it was something you're supposed to keep. But if you did the same thing, no worries. There's still an easy way to install this that I figured out where you can do it with or without the alignment card. Basically, all you have to do is kind of dry fit everything at the same time just to make sure it aligns properly. So you take your motor here and then the base plate that you're going to use. There's a tab here on the motor that you press in, and then you take the base plate and just push it on. Once you let go of the tab, it'll be locked in place. So you do have the ability to move it up and down a little bit, just depending on what works best for you. You will need to open the door on this motor as well, which you do by lifting this up and then pulling it open. Now you take this with the door open, align it here, and then just make sure that it's in a good spot where it can touch the top of your blinds and wrap around the rod properly. So this would probably be a little bit easier if you do have the alignment card. At the bottom of the alignment card, there's a little piece where it indicates where you're supposed to put your adapter. So the reason I'm doing it this way without the alignment card is you just want to make sure the adapter falls within the area where this door closes around it. And now that I know where exactly this lines up, I'm going to go ahead and install the adapter around this by sticking it down. Now the adapter is going to fully wrap around your rod. Now yours might not necessarily look just like this because again, this is the extra large, which is the only one that's just a piece of tape. The smaller adapters are made of plastic. They have tape on the inside, which you just again stick around and then close it up with the tape. So it'll either look like this on the top if you have the extra large, or this if you have anything from small to large. At this point, you do want to install the base plate. Again, if you have the alignment card, it just goes in the opening that the alignment card slots. Take the backing off of the tape, and again, just make sure it all lines up properly between the top of the motor and the door here that closes on the adapter. Now the next step is to install this coupling adapter. This has a metal tab that you want to pull open, and then this whole thing opens up and just wraps around the adapter that you already have installed on the rod. And they do say to make sure that this does not spin freely, just to make sure that it engages with the motor properly. So you'll know that it's installed properly once you have this closed if this does not spin when you try to turn the rod. You do also want to make sure that this is perpendicular with the floor. So if you look at yours and it's leaning like this to the right or like this to the left, you do want to adjust that motor either up or down just to make sure that it's level with the floor so that it's calibrated properly. You do have a base cover that comes with it as well. It literally just clicks into place right on top of the base. Now at this point, the motor is pretty much done. You can install the solar panel if you'd like to. You don't necessarily have to because you can just recharge it directly by plugging it in. But if you have the solar panel installed, it basically gives you an endless battery as long as your window gets a few hours of sun every day. It has a USB-C cord that comes with it on the end of the solar panel. It's plugged right into the end of the motor. And then you just want to slide this through your blinds. So you just stick it to the window. And with that, your blind tilt is officially installed. And with the trim back on, time to calibrate. Calibration is extremely simple. The app walks you through how to do it. All that you do is you need to manually adjust the blinds so that the motor can register what it means when it's fully up or fully down. It'll ask you to close it fully down firstly. Now it's fully closed down, so we'll hit next. The next step is to open it fully horizontal. And while you're doing this, do your best not to overshoot by putting it too high and then adjusting it back downwards, because if you move anything in the wrong direction, you'll have to restart the calibration entirely. The next step is to fully close it upwards. Now that we've done that, it's going to go back the other direction. We're going to open it fully horizontally again. And we'll hit next. And just like that, you're going to be fully calibrated. Now controlling your blinds is going to be extremely easy, again, using the SwitchBot app. This is what your dashboard is going to look like when you're controlling the blinds. You have some preset buttons right here where you can close it fully upwards or downwards, or you can set it to be fully open horizontally. Right here you have a visual of what your blinds actually look like. As you can tell right behind me, it's pretty accurate. Just drag your finger up or down on this to adjust them. And you can adjust this to the percentage. So it's not just going to be fully opened or fully closed. You can do it and adjust that however you would like to. Here at the top of the dashboard, you can see what your battery percentage looks like. In my case, it's 58% charged. But again, with that solar panel, you should see that go up over time. And you can also see that it's open 30% right now. At the top up here, you also have your settings icon where you can go in to adjust the settings. And here at the bottom, you're going to have the option to do a delay, schedule, or light sensing. What light sensing means is that if you do have the solar panel installed, it'll automatically open or close your blinds with the sun. So as the sun comes up, they'll open, and as it goes down, they shut automatically. And obviously the schedule option just gives you the ability to set the blinds to open or close to whatever percentage you'd like at any set time throughout the day. So again, if you want them to open at 6 a.m. and close at 6 p.m., you'll use that schedule option. What this delay button does is it just gives you the ability to basically set a timer on your blinds. So if they're open right now, but you want them to close in 10 minutes, you'll set that for 10 minutes and then have it adjust to fully closed so that once you press save, it'll close automatically in 10 minutes. And there you have it. That's how you'll install, calibrate, and control your SwitchBot Blind Tilt. If you found this video useful in any way, please consider subscribing. It helps out my channel a lot. And I did do a much more in-depth review of this product in this video here. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll like that one too. Thank you so much for watching.